that time of year again where I'm prepping another turkey. Well, a couple of turkeys this time. So I've got a larger turkey and a smaller turkey. And right now, I'm preparing the brine. And the brine, this is just some of the things I'm putting in it. Got some onions here, some garlic, some orange peels and oranges, some thyme and rosemary, and all is going to get mixed in with all the spices. They're in the pots here. And the turkeys are going to go in the brine bag for probably about 12 to 15 hours or so. And we'll take the next step after that. So I've got everything mixed. The turkey's in the bucket. The first turkey's in the bucket. And I'm about to pour the rest of this over top of it. I'll probably have to put some more water in there, but we'll see. A little bit more. So the turkeys are done with their brine, and both turkeys, I've washed them off after their brining, and dried them off and stuck them in the fridge. They're going to be in the fridge like this overnight, and tomorrow morning sometime I will inject them, and they'll be ready to smoke. It'll be right before I inject them that I'll spatchcock both of them. Now the reason why I am putting them in the fridge and sitting overnight like this is what I want to do is get that skin to really dry out. The fridge is going to help that process. So that's what's happening here, and we'll get back to you later. Mixing up the turkey injection, and we got some Italian spices here, garlic, granulated garlic, chipotle, pepper, smoked paprika, some maple syrup, some chicken stock, and some butter. And I'm trying to decide whether it's going to be beer or any kind of an apple flavored brandy thing. We'll see. The injection is ready. I decided to go with about 9 ounces of stout instead of the other item. But I've got some maple syrup in here, some garlic powder, or garlic granules anyway, pepper, chipotle, some butter, a number of different types of Italian spices, including rosemary, thyme, and a little bit of oregano. Some paprikas in there, and some chicken stock, and some apple juice. So I'm just cooling this down, and once this is cooled down, this is going to be injected into the turkey. Stand by. Alright, it's time to spatchcock this turkey. It's been sitting in the fridge. So the skin has got about as dry as I'm going to get it. That's what I was looking for. So what I do in that spatchcock typically is I cut out, well, I don't usually cut it out. I usually cut right down one part of the spine, and I leave the spine actually in there to smoke with the turkey. But this time it's going to be used for gravy, so I'm not going to do that. I'm going to cut it out completely. I'm going to go right down one side of the spine and then back up the other. almost all of it. I caught up on something over here. Find out what that was. And there is the spine. So that's going to be used. I am going to trim up some of these flaps of skin that are just kind of hanging onto the bird. Now once you have done what I just did, and you pulled the spine out, I always flip it over. And I push it down to hear that crack. And that's exactly how the turkey is going to smoke. Smoke just like this. It allows it to cook a lot faster. It should take about, for a 20-pound turkey like this, it should take about maybe 4 to 4.5 hours. I'm going to try to dry that down a little bit more. Now, when I am injecting the bird, I try not to puncture the skin too much as I'm going through the process. I try to get up underneath and inject below the skin. I'd rather not puncture it, but I may end up doing that. We'll see. And how I handle that, I've got all my injection liquid here. And I'm going to use my injection needles that I have in front of me. And I'm going to get this bird going. Now it's time to get this injected. Here's my injection fluid. I brought it to a boil and then cooled it down. Just mixing it up to make sure I get everything into the needle. And what I do, I'm going to go all the way in, start injecting, come out, go back in, inject again. I'm trying to get as much of the meat injected as possible without puncturing the other side of the bird. So that was the breast. I'll probably get it again. This is a big bird, so I'm not going to film this entire process, but enough of it. I'm going to do the same thing with the other bird that I have. I'm going to inject as much of it as I can. I'm going to get into the wings as well. Hopefully get in without having to puncture parts that I don't want to, but I think I'm going to lose that battle. You will get some liquid pouring out if you put too much in. It's just going to happen. Now for the thighs, I'm going to flip the bird over, make it a little easier on myself. Did I make enough injection fluid? We're going to find out. May not have. You can see how it swells up when you inject into it. That's what you want to see. You can see that your injection fluid actually made it into the wing, or made it into the bird. So that's basically what I'm going to do. I'm going to do the same thing for the second bird, and tune back in. Turkey number 2 is about to go in. Just clears. These are done. The second turkey's gonna go up top here. Let me just go with the rack. Everything and make it easier on me. I'm gonna pop this in here. So the next thing that I need to do is get a little spritz. This turkey's starting to get some color on it. I'm gonna get this is apple cider vinegar, some apple juice, and water. I want the skin to dry, but I don't want it to crack. So, let's see how this goes. I'm cooking in the neighborhood of 265 to 275. My expectation is I'll be able to get both of these turkeys off right around 3 o'clock. One of them went on to 10:30. The other went on, well, just now at noon. So, we'll see. Alright, it's time to spritz this again. Take a look and see how it's doing. I'll get the top one first. I might actually put some foil on this side, so that doesn't get any darker. I don't think I want it any darker than that. That's where the heat comes out on the left side here. Yeah, definitely gonna have to put some foil on that side just to protect it. So what I'm using on the turkey this year is hickory and cherry wood. I have learned that I love that combination. Alright, this should be ready to come off. The other turkey is already up. Let's see see what we're staring at here. All right. Alright, this should be ready to come off. We are looking at, oh, something's wrong there. 165, 67, 64, 184. That's coming off. Alright. Time to go. So the turkey is done. I just started cutting it up. And what I do with the breast, you don't want to cut the meat. You don't ever want to cut the breast along the breast. You want to pull the whole breast off of the bird and then cut it against its grains. That's how you get a juicier bite. So it came out well. One of the turkeys, the other turkey I have in the warmer. We'll see if we get to it.